Hello everyone, this is In-Game Art. We're doing the boxing to break down the demo. This is Astebreed for the PlayStation 4. This is the physical copy run made by Limit Runs. To start off, there were no updates available since the making of this video, so currently this is the most updated version of the game on disc. Nextly, as I said, this is limit run copies, so there's very limited printed runs out there, so if you come across it, it might be worth your time to pick it up. Now, whether the game is up to your standards is up to you. But Astebreed is a bullet hell, basically your typical Japanese bullets everywhere, dodging arcade kind of style game where you got points you build up and it's got quite of a difficult challenge to it. Now the game is more of an anime kind of sword style and there's no English voice acting in the game, but there is English menus and subtitles. Now the game is fast paced and really quick and has many more mechanics into the game as you play it, but it's not a very deep and rich game either. Now the game, as I said, plays like a typical bullet hell arcade style game. Now you fly around with your left joystick and the camera perspective will change from over the shoulder, over the head, behind your back, 2D kind of style and stuff, your typical bullet hell and arcade style games. But what the game does offer a little bit different is that it gives you some pretty good visual quality, as well as the graphics and the style and gameplay are very well smooth with nice 60 frames per second, just constant nice frames. I did have it stutter occasionally here and there, but it was very rare, and luckily it never really happened when nothing was seriously going on, but it's still worth noting. Now, as I said, the game has some kind of combat mechanics to it, where you can swing your sword as a deflective weapon to blast away any kind of projectile that might be coming on your way, as well as if you're close to an enemy or enemies flying at you, you can use it to swipe at them. As well as you got a typical machine gun you can just constantly unload in front of you, as well as you can use your right joystick and use it as like a lock-on missile kind of missiles that you can shoot out and hit a particular amount of people. You use your right joystick to kind of aim and lock on as many shots as you can per opponent. As well as you got a nice dodge ability as well that allows you to avoid certain projectiles or to rush in and hit somebody. As well as you got a big explosive ability you can do, kind of like a smart bomb almost, but every enemy that's in the radius will instantly die. Or you can use it against a boss and do some good amount of damage. As I said, it's your typical kind of style arcade bullet hell kind of game. Now the sad part is that the game is pretty quick. You can pretty much beat the entire game in less than half an hour. It didn't take me very long to beat the game, but through that experience was actually pretty good. The only other downside of the game is that generally you will have dialogue being played out as you're playing. Sadly, the game's all in Japanese, as I said, in voice acting. Don't worry, there will be English subtitles popping up, but you really don't got the time to read it as you're trying to dodge and play at the same time. There was many times I was sitting there trying to get the narrative and all the characters and stuff like that, and anytime you're taking your eyes off the screen to read that or focus on what's going on with the dialogue and as well as the story, you're going to get really beaten down because you're not paying attention to the projectiles flying at you. So, a bit of a downside on that, and so it was kind of hard for me to get a grip of what the story's about and characters, but visually the animation style and the character drawings and stuff like that, and as well as the gameplay, is all very well smooth and well done. It is worthy of your collection if you get around to getting a copy. I wouldn't say you should jump over a bridge to try to get a copy or then break the bank for a copy, but if you happen to come across a copy and you haven't picked it up, or it might be into your interest of a game to get, then it might be worth your time, because it was a good time. I had some fun with it. It's not too challenging, but not too easy either. I say if you're used to bullet hells, you're going to get through it pretty easily, but if you're kind of like me who have a hard time seeing all the projectiles and dodging and stuff like that, you could have a challenge with it. So I will leave links down in the description if you're interested in a copy. Again, this is from Limit Run, so sadly they're not printing any more copies, but I will still provide a link to Limit Run. It's a site that will provide copies within months. It's worth a site to constantly check it out to see what they might be printing this month or within the week or something like that. Always keep an eye on them. So hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.